So this is a food truck case that's starting in South Padre Island, but it has implications across the state regardless of what business you have.
Well, how much can a city regulate a food truck? That is a question at the center of a lawsuit currently playing out on South Padre Island.
It also prompted an emergency council meeting today. Channel 5's Valerie Gonzalez explains.
Leaders of the city of South Padre Island met to discuss food trucks, including doing away with current regulating ordinances. It's sparked by a lawsuit alleging the city violated a food truck owner's civil rights. South Padre Island attracts surfers, swimmers, anglers, all kinds of people on the move. It's no surprise mobile restaurants or food trucks are catching on. It's inspired many like Erika Lerma to venture into business. For her, a food truck is a way to keep her nonprofit going.
We've done 3 full summers so far of offering free surfing lessons for the community once a week on Sundays at Isla Blanca Park. And we wanted to start the food truck to sort of help fund that organization and also the community garden that we had planned for the area.
Lerma acquired a permit from the county but was told she needed one from the city too. She was informed at the time the city had reached its capacity on how many food trucks could have a permit. She'd have to wait. Plus, she didn't have the necessary people signing off on her business.
We were told we didn't have a permission from a restaurant owner, and that was the main issue here. Is that we have contracts to dispose our waste. We have a self-contained food truck that meets strict health and safety requirements. We just didn't understand why we had to ask a restaurant owner for permission.
She filed a lawsuit through her attorney, Arif Panju. He works for the Institute of Justice that has defended multiple street vendors across the country.
All of them deal with this issue of whether or not you can use government power to pick winners and losers, engage in protectionism.
They are legally challenging the cap of 12 food truck permits at a time and this portion of the ordinance that states an applicant must be supported locally and have the signature of an owner or designee of a licensed freestanding food unit on South Padre Island before being eligible for a permit. The plaintiffs contend this means brick-and-mortar restaurants have to sign off on whether a food truck can get a permit. In today's council meeting, leaders plan to talk about changing or doing away with this ordinance. Multiple food truck owners showed up concerned.
To hear something like this going on is unsettling because we don't believe the island to be a place that pushes away business. We believe it embraces it.
After 36 minutes in executive session discussing the lawsuit, leaders came back out.
I think the issue, given the way the lawsuit's written, is going to be, competing visions of where the regulatory lines ought to be drawn.
Ultimately, the city attorney advised them to table this item until they can look further into the legislative issues at work. The lawsuit is requesting a state district judge stop the ordinance from being enforced as is. The next scheduled hearing is for next month. Until then, the current ordinances will remain in place. In the studio, Valerie Gonzalez, Channel 5 News at 6.